You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
The boy is mine.
Grizz Nation, don't foul out on dinner plans. Hit Sticks Express in downtown Memphis instead. Fresh hibachi, steak, shrimp, sushi tacos, and yes, our legendary sake slushy to keep things cool. Order online with code STIX901, STIX 901, and knock 10% off your tab. It's the perfect pick and roll for game night. Sticks Express, fast, fresh, always a slam dunk. And hey, come see us at our Collierville location too.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
What's up, y'all? Welcome into the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media. It's Thursday. Lane Whitaker sitting in all week alongside Ben and Kyra. Got another show for you today. I guess we'll talk about the Grizzlies game last night.
We have to, man.
All right, we'll talk about the Grizzlies game last night. Then we got a bunch of other stuff to get to. There was tonight's Ballin' on Beal right up the street here. And then Michael Wallace is going to join us. We're going to talk about
Mike's in Miami.
He was courtside last night for that Grizzlies game. So we'll talk to Mike about that. Ben and I want to talk about sort of the Grizzlies as things stand right now, kind of how things look, where we are. Timothy Chalamet won a very impressive award. I don't know if you saw that.
Yep.
Yeah, very honorable event. What else we got?
Mike Vrabel returns to Tennessee this week. We've got a big Thursday night football game
right, tonight.
Well, we got some Team USA coaching news. We got all kinds of stuff to get to today.
Big sort of a misnomer for the Thursday night game. Although, did you watch the Monday night game? So we got to talk about that too, because Troy Aikman was.
Oh yeah, I got a good clip from that.
Troy Aikman was serving us some haterade in that game. And then Caleb Williams got the win, which makes it even funnier. But, all right, we got a lot of stuff to get to, but we're going to start with that Grizzlies game last night. We got news last night at 5:36 that Jaren Jackson was going to play, which coming from where we were, where it looked like he was going to miss the start of the season, to all of a sudden, Michael Wallace had reported earlier in the day.
Oh, yeah. PSA, if you are not listening to Grizz Beat every Wednesday at 3 o'clock right here on our channel, you need to be, because Mike broke the news yesterday that Jaren Jackson Jr. was likely going to play in that game last night. Mike will join us in the next segment. But yeah, man, that was a fun surprise. Like, it's got, I
hate to say it, that was the best part of the Grizzlies game yesterday.
I think without question that was the best part about the game yesterday. Although I have a sick LaMelo Ball highlight I'll show in a second.
I don't want to see that. The announcement that Jaren was going to play was sort of like the high point, and then it was all slowly downhill from there. The game starts. They get, first quarter, they don't look great. They start giving up points. They get down 20 pretty quick. They gave up 37 points in the first quarter. They scored 30. You're like, oh, it's a 7-point game. They had a little run there in the second quarter where Cam Spencer comes in. They get it down to 6-7 again, 6-7. And then the third quarter, the Hornets scored 45 points. And you thought like, hey, we've had some quarters where we've given up 30 something. It's not great. And then the Grizzlies are like, hold my beer. let's let the Hornets go crazy in the third quarter, and they come out and get 45 points. Hornets end up getting the win, 145-116. The Grizzlies have now given up at least 120 points in every preseason game.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like looking for, and we'll kind of go through like our biggest positives and negatives from last night and just in the preseason in general, but if you want to start with a negative, it has not been good defensively at all this entire preseason. Like, I don't think there's really anything you can point to say, hey,
that one moment where
right. With Jaren, like Jaren had 17 points last night. He his first couple buckets, he looked good. Like he was moving around well out there on the toe. I think that's like my takeaway from Jaren last night is just I'm glad to see him out there like moving around
tell
well.
He had an injury.
Right.
I'd say that.
So,
like he looked great.
Yeah. So as far as his performance, I'm all good with that. But yeah, man, just the defense last night, it was rough again. Like you said, they once again got down double digits pretty quickly to start that game, and it's it's a little concerning. I don't want to put. I've been saying to you, like, I don't want to put too much stock into preseason because once upon a time the Pistons went 4-0 in preseason and then started the regular season 0-16. So it's hard. We heard Coach Isolo in the postgame talk about how preseason is about figuring things out and toying with things.
Yeah, but if the Grizzlies were 5-0 right now, they'd be saying like, "Hey, look
out!" That's right. We would probably be sitting here saying that today.
We'd be like, "Preseason matters, y'all. We told you." The one thing I wrote down. Well, I actually spent some time last night because I was thinking, surely there's been another time the Grizzlies were winless in the preseason. And I look back for the last decade, and that's never
been the case. No. Great, yeah.
They've always been like 2 and 3.
That's awesome.
There was like a preseason 7-8 years ago where they played 8 preseason games. Like they used to play a lot of preseason games. The last 5-6 years, it's been only 4 or 5 games, but it's always been they've been about 500 every time. There's never been an 0 for a preseason.
Yeah, I mean, look. Last night, you're starting a rookie second-round pick point guard.
Yeah, you're starting the number 40-something pick against LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, so you're going to be replacing that with Ja Morant. So, and Javon Small actually played well last night. That 3-point shot. Yeah.
He's got that one little step-back move he does on the perimeter, and he gets open every single time. At some point, defenses are going to scout that and figure it out.
I do find that interesting that he is, because I believe this is the second game he started, and I know
obviously. Might be the third. He started game 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we both agree he's not going to be playing heavy minutes for the Grizzlies, but I was just under the assumption that like he's going to be a Memphis Hustle guy for the majority of the season, and that could still be the case, but it's kind of interesting that he started multiple preseason games for this team. Like he actually might be a guy that you see on the Grizzlies roster quite a bit this season. Well, have that third ball handling point guard.
The last few years, the backup point guards have played a lot of minutes.
Right.
So you might need him at some point during the year. I guess your hope is if he can't go, Scottie Pippen is your point guard.
Yeah,
right? Who didn't play last night. Ty Jerome didn't play last night.
Didn't play.
A bunch of guys didn't play. Omax didn't play, which was kind of weird.
And he did dress.
Did he? I don't know. We got to ask Michael Wallace about that.
We'll have to ask him,
he's been pretty good in the preseason, and he's had his moments where he looks good. But he's a two-way guy too. So, Javon Small, he was okay. But do you want to talk about like?
Dude, for a rookie second-round pick starting in that game to have 18 points, I'm not even worried about like the efficiency. I mean, dude, he was 6 of 9. Like he,
5 of 6 on threes.
Yeah, so he played well. I'm going to give him credit for that. Yeah.
I was a little disappointed, and I know this is going to sound lame. I was pissed about the refereeing in that game last night in the first half because the Hornets were just shooting free throws left and right, and we weren't. Mm-hmm. And it just felt like I think it was like 8-0 free throws before we even got to the line. They ended up shooting 30 free throws. We ended up shooting 10. Now, I know a lot of that is we shot a lot of three-pointers. We shot 63 pointers. They shot 50. It wasn't like we weren't going to the basket at all. That LaMelo Ball play you talked about, the highlight.
Yeah, we have it.
It's the number one play of the game.
There?
It's the number one play of the day on ESPN this morning. It was like the top 10 plays. Like
that was number one?
This is play number 1.
Okay, hang on. Dude.
There's a couple things about this. First of all, he nutmegs Jock Landale.
Yes, watch the beginning. That's
Right
through
there.
the legs.
But here,
Through the legs.
this is also part of the indignity of this game last night was that it was the Hornets broadcast. So we had to listen to Eric Collins screaming the whole game like that. Like the whole game. And anytime the Grizzlies did something, it was kind of like, oh, okay, well, Hornets. Just so much screaming and yelling. And you're like, oh, come on, man. We're getting our butts kicked.
Yeah,
here.
you know, when it was tight there for a second, it's funny. Like you can tell that he has been used to calling a lot of rough seasons in Charlotte because typically, like the home broadcast team is obviously really highlighting their guys.
Yeah.
But like anytime the Grizzlies had a big play, he kind of like he was doing the hyped up, like yelling voice a little bit for that too. And it's like, oh yeah, he's probably caught a lot of rough games over the past couple seasons.
I mean, the Hornets have pretty much only been a highlight machine the last few seasons. Like there was no like meat there. It was just all flourish on the outsides of that. And now they actually look pretty good last night. Like they had, every guy they put in the game was scoring and getting to the basket. Like all these Moussa Diabate looked like an amazing center. Like the Hornets actually didn't look terrible. The Grizzlies just looked really bad. There was no energy. The thing I kept thinking about in my head, Bennett, was like, so the Oklahoma City Thunder won the title, right?
Mm. How'd they do in preseason?
I don't know.
Do we know?
I mean, they're probably 5-0.
let me take a look.
The thing about the Hornets, I mean the Grizzlies is if you think about the Thunder winning the title last year, like they started out a couple years ago, they were just awful, right? And they bring in Mark Daigneault and kind of build that thing from the ground up. The whole system, you know, and they took their lumps. Like they came in here and lost by 60 a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, they went 4-1 in preseason last year in their title year.
So, but the Hornets built, I mean, the Thunder built that thing from the ground up. And this is pretty much the same team we had from last year. So, I mean, Desmond Bane's gone, but like, you know, it's the same guys. It's the same key pieces from a year ago. So you're basically just putting like a new coat of paint on what we had. There's some new guys, Ty Jerome, KCP. But for the most part, Ja, Jaren, Edie, Santi, Scotty, you know, Vince, Gigi. It's like the same core group.
Yep.
So you're basically asking your same core group to be better than they were and a little different than they were the last year or two. That's a hard thing to do. Like at some point they just are what they are. And that's what worries me about this team is defensively, like that was an issue. And with Taylor Jenkins teams, like the last 5 years, they would always start terrible defensively, like the first month of the season, and then morph into somehow all of a sudden they'd be like a top 5 defense the rest of the way.
Yeah, Taylor Jenkins had a crazy good record in January.
Yeah, like turning things around after that first month of the season. They'd always be like a bottom 5 and become top 5. Like I don't know how that happens with this team, and there hasn't been like even like to me a flash of enough of something this preseason to get me excited about it.
Well, I mean,
like give me a quarter where we
I agree.
blow someone out.
I mean, obviously you've got a former defensive player of the year who played in his first game back. So when we just said that we're not taking anything from that, and he still had 17 points.
He took 16 shots in the first half. He was trying to get shots up.
That's right. And so you would hope that he's able to correct a lot of that. You would hope Zach Edey's able to, take a leap defensively when he comes back. But
he doesn't come back till December.
That's right. Hopefully, maybe before, we'll see. But you would hope that your front court is able to help you out a lot in that department.
Sure. If you had started Ty Jerome at point guard last night, or Scottie Pippen at point guard last night, and start the other guy next to him. If your two starting guards are different last night, it's a different game.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Maybe you don't win, but maybe you don't lose by 35 or whatever you end up losing by.
Yeah.
But I think to look at this Grizzlies team from what we've seen so far and to say, well, Ja's out, like Ja's not going to – Ja playing in that game last night I don't think changes a 35-point loss. Like Ja doesn't help you not give up 145 points.
No, you're right. Like at best you lose by 5, right? So
Yeah.
like
yeah. Like it helps.
Ja's having a huge jaw game, right?
Yeah.
I'm with you, and you're right. Like it's a lot of the same pieces. I mean, we've said we were excited about KCP, who had a nice game last night. We're excited about Ty Jerome, who didn't play last night. There was a lot. We had Vernon in here yesterday.
Yeah.
And you asked him
who was the guy he wanted to
see something from last night. And Mike actually talked about this on Grizz Beat too, and we'll have Mike on the next segment. And it was Gigi.
Yeah. And
it was just another
12 minutes, 1 for 4 from the field, 3 points, 1 foul, no rebounds, no assists.
Yeah. And that's concerning because I think just what are you going to get from the wing position this season? And he has not had a good preseason.
Neither is Vince.
Vince
really.
is not really. He had 11 last night, but it was late. Some of it came later. That I think that's concerning. I mean, because you can't. Cedric Howard's a rookie. Like you're not.
There are 2 Grizzlies.
You can't try to put everything on his shoulder, and we hope that he's going to be great. He's a top 10 pick.
But
frankly,
he's
got to be good for this team. But he hasn't played a lot of basketball, so that's something that you're just going to have to be patient on if you're a Grizzlies fan. These guys that have been here multiple years, you can't be patient anymore.
We might need to work on Cedric Howard's 3-point shooting too.
Well, he
was 2 for 9 last night.
He's pretty good at it in the fourth quarter. he nails him in the fourth quarter.
Get out there with him. There were 2 Grizzlies players with a positive plus-minus last night. Who do you think they were, Bennett? 2 Grizzlies, only 2 with a positive plus-minus.
I mean, Javon Small? No, because he was getting
minus
coached
12
defensively.
Yeah.
It can't be Jocelyn and Dale after that.
No.
Yeah, after that play, that knocked a couple points down right off the bat. I'll say what Jalen. It had to be Jalen.
No, minus 20.
God, man. I'll say it's going to be someone random, isn't it?
Yeah.
PJ Hall.
No, minus 12. I'll just tell you. One of them, John Conchar.
Of course.
15 minutes plus 2.
The Swiss Army knife.
And then
he grabbed a couple big rebounds last night, early in the game. Yeah.
Conchar finished with 0 points, but 6 rebounds and an assist. And then Cam Spencer. He only played 11 minutes, but he was plus 6 because he came in and hit those threes right away at the end of the first half. And all of a sudden, at that point you're just like, we got to get somebody who can make a basket. And he comes in and hits a couple threes.
I think that there's a chance he could steal someone's minutes.
Yeah,
yes.
I do too.
Just because of what, like you said, like he's one of the only guys on this team that we know right now can get on a little bit of a heater.
Yeah.
Like coming off the bench. Yeah, I think he's going to play.
He doesn't bring anything defensively.
But who else? But nobody else is, right?
Point,
nobody else is. So what do you? I mean, if you're going to have to get into situations where you're just trying to outscore teams this season, like surround Ja with shooters, right?
I mean, but we don't really have who are our shooters? Ty Jerome, KCP,
and Cam.
Okay.
Right? Santi.
Okay.
Right?
Santi had 5 points last night.
I think there's a chance he gets to play. And they did give him the contract in the Cam.
Oh, yeah, I think so too. I just don't know, how many 6'4" dudes do we need running around on the between him and Conchar? At some point you need size too, and having turning Gigi into something.
I think that's why the Vince and Gigi thing has been a little concerning because you really have to have
one of those guys.
One of those guys is going to have to be
maybe there's
really
a chance
good this year.
On any given night, one of them gets cooking and you're able to use one of them. But I mean, the dream scenario is to have both of those guys be effective guys that you can turn to on any given night.
Yeah. Let's get Mike on asking what he thought about it.
Michael Wallace is going to join us. He was in Charlotte last night, or Greensboro, I'm sorry. Now he's in Miami with the team. So Michael Wallace will join us on the other side of this. You're watching the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply. The countdown to the 2025-2026 Grizzlies season is on, and our 10-game packs are the ticket to your ultimate fan experience. Whether you want to see the big names or just cheer on your team on the weekend, you can save money on a ticket pack that fits you. Choose from 4 different pack varieties or stack multiple packs to make sure you don't miss any marquee matchup or electric atmosphere this season. Visit Grizzlies.com packs to get your ticket pack today.
The second annual Hoops for St. Jude Tip-Off Classic is on Monday, October 27th at FedEx Forum. Don't miss Memphis women's basketball as they take on the Vanderbilt Commodores, or the long-awaited return of former Memphis head coach John Calipari when his Arkansas Razorbacks face the University of Memphis Tigers in charity exhibitions to benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com, or you can get them at the FedEx Forum box office.
This is still a bad team and a bad franchise. What are they doing to try and get better?
This is not a team that is looking for a playoff run, although somebody, I heard on local Nashville radio, somebody called in and said they got an email Monday letting them know you can get playoff tickets to the Titans. Yeah.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Playing in front of these fans is going to be the best feeling in the world. I'm super excited to play in front of them.
Let's go, let's go. They give us a lot of energy, show us a lot of love.
You know, I always say get tickets, but there are 6 men and we need them more than ever.
We're proud of it. Different energies, Memphis energy.
I love playing in front of the Memphis fans. They're rowdy, they're loud.
We all are one. We all are Memphis.
Back to the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media. I'm Lang. He's Bennett. She's Kyra. That's not Michael Wallace. Mike's not here. Mike's in Miami, and I think maybe he's got a little bit of the Miami flu.
Yeah. Well, last time he joined us from Miami, he was on a yacht. So
well, Mike used to live there. He lived there for a few years covering the Heat for ESPN back in the day. That's how I met Mike, when I used to have to go down there all the time.
Yeah, he covered the Heatles.
Yeah, he was part of the Heat. I can't remember what the Heat Index. Is that what it was called on ESPN.com? Remember they had like their whole site just covering the Miami Heat. Mike was down there with a bunch of other ESPN guys. So while we wait for Mike to wake up and get going, Bennett, do you want to go? I'll give you 2 options. We can either go through the player, go through our. We talked about doing this. Go through the positions and talk about how we're feeling. What's our confidence level at the moment? Or do you want to go around the NBA? Because there was a lot of other NBA stuff last night.
Let's go with our confidence meter with our position groups.
Our confidence index. So let's start.
Yeah, we do everything a scale of 1 to 7.
Yeah,
on this
why
show.
is that?
I have no idea. We've just always done it that way.
I like it.
Everything's
I told you 7's my favorite number.
1 to 7. Okay. There you go.
So let's go 1 to 7 on the bigs. We haven't seen Zach Edey. We saw Jaren for 20 minutes. So we've seen a lot of Jock Landale, PJ Hall, Lawson Lovering.
Yep.
That's about it for the bigs. Do we count Santi as a big or a far? I think
I think we count him. No, we throw him in there.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, we're throwing him in the big group. Yeah.
All right. So on a scale of 1 to 7, how confident are you in the bigs?
I'm gonna go at about a 4 right now, just because of Zach, and that's still pretty good on a scale of 1 to 7. But waiting on Zach to get back, I mean, I think rebounding is going to be a big issue for this group. They were out rebounded again last night.
I'm going to go lower than you.
Okay.
I'm going to go like a 3.
Oh, no, actually we weren't. We got the edge there.
Well, yeah, but they made all their shots. Like,
That's right. There wasn't a lot of boards for them.
You can't rebound a dunk.
It was tight. Yeah. I think you're gonna go where?
I'd go like 3.
I think that there might, if there's one group, if they were going to make a move during the season, trade deadline move, I think that it's going to be here.
The trade, I mean, the argument would be the trade deadline move the Grizzlies could make with the bigs is Zach Edey coming back.
Sure, but you're also banking on Jaren, and you're going to need Jaren and Zach to be healthy like the majority of the season, play the majority of the games.
Jaren
right?
was last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jock Landale's like a fine backup big as far as like relying on him as a starter for a lot of the season. That's going to be tough. I just think it's going to be tough. I think Santi's going to have a good year. Santi plays really well with Ja. So I mean,
everybody plays well with Ja.
Everybody plays well with Ja, and we have to. we have to like have that context a little bit. Like,
we need some big.
I know we're overreacting to the preseason here. We've got to have the.
Hey, Michael Wallace is here.
Oh, Mike's here.
Miami.
Okay, hey.
Out on the, I see Biscayne Bay shimmering through the window.
Where's the yacht, man? I thought you were gonna grace us with the yacht today.
Hey, man, I wish I could, man, but we got in at 2:30 this morning, dude. I didn't have time to get up and get out and get things ordered. It wasn't waiting on me the way it normally was, man, but it's all good. It's all good.
All right. Well, hey, Michael, we've talked about the game last night. We spent the first block talking about that. Bringing you in. The line we just said right there, or Bennett said, I know we're overreacting to the preseason, and I said I don't know if we're overreacting. I think we're just I think we're reacting to it. I don't know. Like, where should we be on the worry meter at this point?
Man, where we should be is, judge it by what you see. Like, you can't, and that's the thing. When you have the kind of injuries that the Grizzlies have had over the last 2-3 seasons, they've been the most injured team. They had a historically injured season 2 years ago, and they were top 5 in the league in player games missed to injuries last season. You add all of that up, there's very little room for benefit of the doubt. You don't get the, hey, just wait until this happens, because this has been happening for a long time now. So, I am concerned, but the thing about it is that I am not surprised, because some of the things that I'm seeing now, I've seen that trend start back in March, back in, February. And, people are saying, hey, when Ja and Jaren get back and everything is good and they're healthy, things are going to turn around. And yes, that could be the case. But I also saw 2 months of basketball last season when Ja and Jaren were relatively healthy and they still couldn't beat teams with winning records. Yeah. So this is a lot to put on someone. Now you have a new coach going through this for the first time. You have a system that he's trying to implement that didn't get implemented at the end of last year. Obviously understandable, because he didn't have a lot of time to do it. You have a rookie that only played 6 games in college last year, who's a lottery pick. So he hasn't come in and just overwhelmed anyone as of yet. You're going to need patience, and that's normal. But when normal has been this for the last couple of seasons, it's kind of tough to have a lot of hope. You just got to start seeing results at a certain point.
It's funny, like, hope's been the word of the week here on the Gary Parrish Show. We had Michael Leaves on Monday, and we talked about how, like, for fans, like, hope is the most powerful. I said it's a powerful drug. Like, hope, you just need hope. And there hasn't been a lot this preseason to kind of give us hope, I feel like. And I don't know where we get it. Like, what last night, you were on the call with Eric Hasseltine on the radio. I'm sure you could hear Eric Collins down the road from you screaming and hooting and hollering for all the Hornets highlights that we saw their broadcast on TV here. So we heard a lot of the Hornets announcers going crazy. What from the Grizzlies last night, was there some hope you could take away from the way they played last night from any part of that game?
Yeah, I could take hope in, and I have a piece that's coming out, both in the letter and Grog City Media today, if it hadn't already dropped yet, on some of the things that I saw with Jock Landale and Jaren Jackson Jr. in that front court, right? Those two guys combined for almost 30 points last night. Yeah. They shot 7 for 14 from 3-point range. They had some moments where their inside-outside tandem worked pretty well, offensively. And Jaren got up 20 shots in 22 minutes. So he was going out there, trying to fire that rock up. And he started off well. He was 4 4 for 5, but then he missed like 8 of his next 9 or 9 of his next 10 after that. So I think he was kind of forcing some things, but the kind of shots he got, I felt like they were quality shots as well. He moved up and down the court pretty well. They just weren't connected defensively. So when you're only judging and evaluating 1 or 2 things or positive takeaways, then you're not looking at 6 or 7 things that still, kind of bother you a little bit. This team defensively, for the lack of a better word, there are some better words, but I'll just say atrocious defensively. Atrocious. And that's not going to cut it when you don't have the chemistry and the continuity offensively yet to carry you through some of those games. And it's just the preseason. But you know what? I've seen some fantastic teams look really, really good in the preseason as well.
Yeah, I have too.
And that's what worries me because most of them are in the West.
Well, I told Bennett, I actually went back last night and looked at like the last 10 years of Grizzlies preseasons. I was like, there must have been another year where we had a terrible preseason. And no, not really. It's always been, they've always been like 2-3, 4-4, whatever it was. It's always been kind of even. You mentioned the defensive struggles last night. I saw your clip post-game where you talked to Coach Thomas Isalo about the defense and how he wasn't thrilled with it and how we got to turn it around. I told Bennett earlier, like, back in the Taylor Jenkins days, it seemed like every season we would be a bottom 5 defense to start the season. And then somehow around January, all of a sudden we become a top 10 defense for the rest of the year. So we know that things can change. We know we can get better. We know there's adjustments that can be made. But like, what adjustments are we making if you're this Grizzlies team? How can we get better defensively?
Zach Edey has to get healthy, and he gives you a paint clogger in there. He gives you a guy that even when he's not blocking shots, he's deterring the way guys are looking at the rim. Teams aren't driving all the way through the lane and then kicking out and spreading to open 3-pointers as much when Edey and Jaren are both there. So I think that's going to be an immediate remedy. Like Jaren is going to do something. From now until, when Zach comes back. And then I think that kicks into gear again once Zach gets back. But what you have to hope is that, and I will say this, Zach is moving around a lot more now. Like he's starting to get active. He's starting to, get into play groups a little bit. He's doing a little bit more conditioning, and you're seeing him sort of ramp up as well, too, in a certain way. Like we saw Jaren a month ago. Now Zach is in that process. I don't know when he's going to come back. I think his reevaluation is still pushing out about a month from now. But Jaren came back 2 weeks early. And I'm not saying that Zach is doing the same thing because it's a different ankle. It's a different lower foot injury that he's dealing with. But if he can get a little bit ahead of the curve and get back sooner rather than later, then I think that can bode well for your defense as well. And then they'll hit that same trajectory where 2 games, about a month and a half into the season, you see the defense start to improve.
How did we get Jaren back ahead of the curve? Because like no one saw this coming, and then you mentioned it yesterday on a Grizz beat that there was a chance he was going to play, and then all of a sudden I saw your post on social media that he was going to play. So like we thought Jaren was going to miss the start of the season. Now he's played in the preseason. Like how was he able to get back on the court so quickly?
Well, I think they gave Jaren a very conservative time frame from the very beginning. When he first had the surgery, he still had the whole summer, right? Like this thing happened late June, early July. Then he had surgery, right? Like immediately into July. So he's had 4 months. And, this is a guy who's dealt with, lower leg, ankle, foot issues before, and he's come back from them. And, so I think he had a blueprint. They had a plan. And then even Jaren kind of hinted at his camp about a month ago that, hey, people are going to be surprised when I get back, about when I come back. I just can't say it now. So he's kind of alluded to, being a little bit ahead of the curve. Yeah. But I also think some of him just really wanted to get out there. He sees where this is going. And Thomas Isalo is doing his best to try to implement things. And it's just hard when you don't have the 2 people or the 3 people that you're building this whole thing around. If they're not available, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So it's hard. And I think Jaren felt the onus of that, being the franchise icon, being the highest paid player on the team now. And some of that, I think, pushed him a little bit further than he probably would have ordinarily have been pushed to come back.
I think it's also like the frustrating thing also is they haven't won a game in the preseason. They're trying to turn things and then you get like just guys don't play last night. Like I don't know if there's injuries or what, but the one we didn't really get was like Omax didn't play last night. Was he dealing with something or like, cause he looked pretty good in that last game?
No. He was a healthy available
scratch. Yeah.
From that situation. I think what you're seeing now is, you're seeing, Tuomas kind of pare that rotation down a little bit, and especially with Jaren coming back. See, I didn't expect Jaren to play 22 minutes. I didn't know what to expect, but I'm just going by based on, what my hunch was. It was like, man, if he plays the first half and the rest of the second half in his first game back, that's cool. But when he came back in the second half, I was like, oh, okay, they're trying to, he's ready for this.
Yeah.
So I think him coming back in there ate up a lot of minutes that you normally would have given on the secondary level to Omax and even Gigi. So I think really when you look at it, man, you break it down, I think it's really going to come down to one of those two guys. On some nights it'll be Omax, some nights it'll be Gigi, and there's only one more preseason game left. So I would expect Omax to be back on Friday and play and get a chance. And then Scottie Pippen is dealing with the toe issue. Isolo confirmed that Ty Jerome is kind of a little bit of soreness, a little bit, but it's not anything to be, from what I understand, to be concerned about. So he could be back Friday. We'll see from that standpoint. And then, Ja Morant has been practicing. It's just a matter of, okay, does he want to push and go on Friday, or does he want to wait and go on Wednesday against the Pelicans in the opener? So we'll see. Those are still things to be determined at this point.
Yeah, we talked about it the other day on here. Like, the one thing you don't want to happen in preseason is having an injury that lingers into the season and affects your regular games. I was watching the Celtics game some last night. Jaylen Brown went down with a hamstring, got taken out of the game. Like, they said it's not that serious, but like that's exactly what you don't want to happen. So I would imagine with Ja, like, discretion is going to be the better part of valor there, and keeping him out of there.
But you can't always operate like that, though, right?
I get it. Yeah, no.
Like Jaylen Brown played in the preseason, looked fantastic when he played against the Grizzlies, like 19 points in 17 minutes. And he's going to have to carry the load for that team. But you're right, anything can happen at any given time, and you try to prevent that. The thing about the Grizzlies is that everything has been happening almost at every given time. So you don't know how to get out of that sort of malaise when it comes to injuries, overlooking everything you do.
I was also thinking last night, like, we're watching these 12, 13, 14-man rotations, not even rotations. Like, when Cam Spencer got in there, it was clear, like, all right, we just got to find somebody who can do something right now and change things up. And he did. He came in and hit a couple threes and got him down to a 7-point game. But during the regular season, like, it's going to be, starting 5 and then maybe 4 guys off the bench, maybe 5. But not, I would assume, not a big rotation of guys. So some of these guys, there's going to be nights where we maybe don't see some of them on the court. And I wonder, like, have you gotten a sense at all for like how that rotation is going to play out once the real games get here?
Well, you got 4 of the 5 started last night, so that was as close as Isolo has had since training camp of his starting 5. Right, Ja Morant would be plugging in obviously for Javon Small, who also was a positive last night. I meant to say that, maybe not a plus minus positive, but his production
18
and how
and 8.
he conducted himself was really, really, I thought that was the best I've ever seen him play basketball. And, especially since training camp started, I didn't see much of him in college, but he looked really comfortable. He got to his shot. I think he ran the offense, or at least ran the transition aspect of the offense pretty well. But Ja be that starter at point guard, right? So then you come off the bench and you go Ty Jerome, Scottie Pippen, Coward, Santi Aldama, and then,
that's 4 right there.
Yeah, that's 4 coming off the bench, and then whatever big you want to put back there, whether it's PJ Hall to start off with until Edie comes back, and then Jock comes off the bench once Edie's back. So that's your 9 right there.
Yeah, but that doesn't account for Cam Spencer, Gigi doesn't doesn't account for who else, like Omax. There's a lot of guys who we've seen, and John Conchar was actually pretty good last night. He's been good in the whole preseason.
But he's always been in that sort of role, right? And the thing about it is that you can go to 10 if you want, or you can go to even 11 or 12, which was what Taylor did last year, and kind of got criticized for it because people wanted to see more minutes from the main frontline guys. So, but the thing about it is that I can't say that Gigi Jackson hasn't been given an opportunity to really bust out in the preseason. This is his preseason to really move forward. And I haven't really seen it. I've seen flashes of it, but I've seen flashes for 2-3 years now. Yeah. But I also don't see the full-on trust that he's going to get an opportunity every single time. Another name I didn't mention, Vince Williams Jr. Yeah. He's a guy that, where is he going to fit in if you got Ty Jerome and Scottie Pippen Jr. coming off your bench? that's going to be a tough situation for both of those guys. And those were two guys that just 2 years ago, the organization was high enough on to convert into standard NBA contracts because they were the last two men standing during that injury depleted season.
Yeah, and they were great that season, but since then, I think the last season, Vince's shot kind of wasn't there for long periods of time. I mean, if Vince is supposed to be like your defensive guy, cool. Like maybe that's the role that he can fit into. But Gigi,
and you know what, Lane? And to that point, Lane, yeah, you're absolutely right. And you got to remember, as good as they were 2 years ago when they earned it, they both came into last season hurt. They didn't start the year off. Remember, training camp, Gigi and Vince were both out with different issues, sort of the way that Edie and Jaren was this year coming into training. So, man, it's like ever since they had that drag that dragged them into the last season because of the injuries, they haven't been able to get back in line for where we all thought that they would be by this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I really want from Gigi and Vince. Like I think it would be really heartening if we could see like some consistency and some maturity from both of them, trying to like handle these roles and figure out how they fit into this bigger picture. But I don't think we've really had enough of either of those from those guys to kind of buy into it yet, Yeah. The team, frankly, drafted around those guys or drafted through after those guys, right? When you bring in guys in the draft that you do the thing. Vince was never really a point guard. Forced to play point guard. Now you have a Javon Small there. Now you have a sort of a combo guard there in Ty Jerome. Gigi was brought in as this dynamic wing who could do a little bit of everything, so to speak, but still needed to mature and grow. But then you bring Jalen Wells in, he takes over from that standpoint. Now you Cedric Coward in, who's your lottery pick. Gigi's a 40 pick. Cedric Coward's your lottery pick. So Cedric's going to get the benefit of the doubt from that standpoint. So it's almost like the team has positioned itself to kind of move on from them. They aren't going to, break out. And frankly, now you have a second coach coming in whose system doesn't have anything to do with either one of those guys necessarily as primary players. And now you got those things working against you too. So it's reality time right now, man. It's gut check time for these Grizzlies across the board. Are they going to get healthy? Are they going to do what they said they were going to do coming out of training camp? And is this is completely on Ja and Jaren from the leadership standpoint now to have the kind of seasons that they need to keep this team afloat. You're back in your old stomping grounds, Miami. I mentioned I used to cover that team and live down there for a while. Where are you going to eat today?
Man, you know what? See, part of me, because there was some off time today, right? The team isn't having a open regular practice, so part of me was tempted, man, to jump on this charter and head down to my favorite place in the United States in Key West, man, and just spend the day down there. There's this a couple of seaside diners, oceanside diners that I love to hit up down there, but I'm not gonna have time to do that. I kind of slept in and got some rest. So I'm probably going to just hit some local spots, maybe get over to South Beach for a minute, put my toes in the sand for a second just to say I did it, and then see where the day takes me from there, man. I got a lot of people I need to catch up with and little time to do it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah. I mean, my wife's Cuban and she kind of grew up down there. So like we always hit Versailles over in Little Havana. One of those type places. Sure. Just drink a lot of, you can make it all day on those little coffees. Just get one every stop along the way.
Those Cuban coffees, no question about that. That's gasoline. I call that diesel. That's diesel fuel.
It's like rocket fuel if you get the wrong one. All right, Mike, we appreciate you joining us today. Have a good day, and we'll see you. You'll be on the call tomorrow night, right, from Miami?
Yes, be on the call tomorrow night and keep it locked on all of our coverage and content, man. We got a lot of great things coming. Just trying to figure out to get this team ready for the October 22nd, next Wednesday, season opener, man. So it's 3 games in 4 nights at FedEx Forum, and there's plenty of reason to push this team ahead as you start off this season. So get your tickets, get there, follow Grind City Media, all the shows that we do, Lang. You're doing a great job filling in as you do always, and you have your other 2 shows that you got to do too. So keep up the great work. And Bennett, hey, man, I'm hoping you get the coach you need, man. Your guys need it, and it's time to not go cheap. Just go full in, do it right.
We're going to talk about that in the next segment, too. Yep. Appreciate it, Mike.
Appreciate you, Mike. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Michael Wallace joins us live from Miami. All right, Bennett, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We have 5 things to get into, including your Tennessee Titans and your old coach making his return to Tennessee, Mike Vrabel. You're watching the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff.
I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Who's got the best trash talkers collegiately? Did anybody ever make you laugh?
Tennessee fans, they always like, yo, Zach Edey, bro. Like, they won't smoke because you cooked him.
No,
They don't. They think you foul all the time.
Yeah,
That's what they would say. Yeah.
40. That happened.
Was it 40 and 20? 40 and 20, man.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays, on evenings, and even on Saturdays. So the next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. You can just walk in Ortho South. They will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's Orthosouth at orthosouth.org.
Welcome back to the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media. Lang Whitaker sitting in along with Bennett and Kyra. And it's time we get into 5 things.
Number 1.
Okay, tonight is I guess we'll call it the inaugural Ballin' on Beale. It's going to be at Handy Park tonight.
So right here, right outside.
It's basically Memphis Madness, but we're calling it Ballin' on Beale because we're going to be on Beale Street. This is the first time doing it on Beale Street.
What if it rains? It's not going to.
It's not going to rain tonight. It's going to rain Saturday. That's so look out for that. But it's to look out for the rain. Yeah,
thanks, Todd.
Yeah, right. I'm a freaking 40-year-old dad. Okay, 24 hours. I'm sorry. Ballin' on Beale. That's tonight. Handy Park, 6 o'clock. This is going to be like your Memphis Madness. They're going to have the players. They're going to have fan contests. Free admission, so it is free.
So just show up downtown.
Yeah,
tonight.
you can park at
food trucks.
Is there going to be food trucks?
I saw there's food trucks. Penny's going to play, instead of horse, he's playing tiger against somebody.
Yeah, I mean, it's your chance to get your first look at the Tigers this year. We'll see. I hope they get a good crowd tonight.
Thursday night's weird.
Thursday night's kind of a weird night.
I got a school event tonight, so I can't. My son has one.
GP's talked a lot about this over the years. Madness used to be such a huge thing with all the major.
Well, it used to be
college
Midnight Madness.
That's right, and we used to it used to broadcast on TV, and they would do it at midnight, and over the years, the Tigers have had some really big ones and had some big acts come and perform, and
The one year Penny came out on the a car. Remember, drove out on the court or drove out of the tunnel downstairs.
Yeah, that's right.
Forum,
that's right.
With smoke and everything. And it feels like.
Well, Tubby came out on a motorcycle one year.
Yeah, I just remember when it used to be Midnight Madness, and it would be like Duke and North Carolina and all them at midnight. It would be
Memphis
live on
always
ESPN.
Did it too. Yep.
Some of the schools would do it at like 2 a.m. and they'd put that on live too. Now it's kind of just become I don't know, it's not a thing really anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's a big event for them. I'm gonna try to maybe take the kiddos tonight.
There you go.
But we'll see. Like if
T-shirt toss. They'll have little things.
It's one of those things that you've been doing it forever, so you feel like you should keep doing it. But Gary's always been of the mind you don't have to, if you don't think it's going to be good, you don't have to do it. So we'll see. Hopefully they get a big crowd out there tonight.
What could they do to him? How could we improve this?
What, the event?
Yeah, just so basically
well, no, I like the idea of doing it downtown.
You do?
Yeah,
Outside?
I do. I mean, they
cool
play downtown. I like the idea. You remember they tried. I guess it was last year they did it on campus, and I'm not sure it was the biggest event. So
is there a way we could get to know the Tiger players during this event?
Yeah, tonight.
There's 15 new players, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if there's some sort of thing where they, I don't know, play a game show or something. I don't know, do something that would make them get us to know the players a little more.
We are not copying the Vols, Evan. We've been doing madness for a long time. All right, stop that.
I don't think the Vols invented it.
Y'all didn't invent madness. Everybody does madness. Come on.
Midnight Madness. Kentucky's the one I used to remember doing it the most, way back in the day.
Yeah. Big Blue Madness was the biggest one. It was that one and then the Kansas one, like you said. Because didn't they bring out strippers one year or something? What did they do at the Kansas one?
They brought out Snoop Dogg.
Oh yeah, they brought out Snoop.
And Snoop Dogg brought out dancers. But the dancers had poles.
Yeah,
it was okay.
And I want to say that one was coming off of NCAA issues with Kansas, and so a lot of people were like, I cannot believe Bill Self is doing this.
Midnight Madness began in 1971. Maryland, Lefty Drizel started it.
Okay,
apparently doing it at midnight on the campus. Kentucky started in the 80s. Kentucky called it Midnight Madness, so they were the first. 1982. So it's been going on for 50 years at this point. At some point you got to rework it, reimagine. Maybe doing it outside is the way to do that.
This one sounds cool. I mean, in years past when they've had it here, obviously you're sitting in your seat, and there's seating at Handy Park and whatnot. But the cool thing about this is probably the closest you're going to get to I would assume you're going to get to go shake Penny Hardaway's hand or meet some of the players. It does feel because they're doing this more intimate setting that you got a real chance of actually getting FaceTime with these guys, which is really cool. So yeah, man, it was fun watching we played the clip from Doug McDaniel and Aaron Bradshaw earlier this week at Media Days, and hearing those guys talk about the team and guys that were underrated, like Julius Stedford, coming into the season. I am looking forward to just seeing them. We don't know a lot about them. We don't know a lot about them, what they're going to look like. So, it is kind of cool that you get your first look at them.
My son went to Penny Hardaway basketball camp this summer, and all the players were the counselors at the camp. So, my son got to meet Julius Stedford and is a big fan. So
he is?
Yeah. He was super nice.
He did
really
the Penny
cool.
camp. Yeah.
So you got to meet all those guys.
He's a local guy too.
My other thought is just Ben, when I was in school, we used to call this thing tonight, we used to call these pep rallies. Mm-hmm. It's just a pep rally.
It's what
just
it is.
Get fired up
it's a
about our
glorified
team.
pep rally.
Yeah.
That's right.
Get cheerleaders. The band's going to be here. The band's going to be out here playing. It's going to be a big deal downtown. So if you're around, swing through.
Yeah. And then football team at UAB this weekend too. We're going to talk about that tomorrow.
20. I'm favored by 20.
I've gotten to the point now where I'm nervous about that game.
Well,
I'm worried about this is the classic look ahead for the Tigers, and the UAB rallies are you rally around the interim coach.
Is this your bid to make the Memphis hype football video this week?
Oh, we can do that tomorrow.
Okay,
we'll do that tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah,
because that sounded like that.
You could pull that if you want to.
That could get drawn into it. I don't think Memphis covers this week.
What's the spread?
I think it's 20. I just think UAB, this is a classic case of like Trent Dilfer got fired this week.
Yep.
Doesn't seem like a fun guy to play for.
No.
Doesn't seem like that was a great experience for the young men of the UAB football team.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to come out with a little renewed. I don't think they're going to win, but I think maybe they come out with a little renewed sense of purpose and a little more excitement in their game, and they're able to keep it under 20.
We shall see. But anyways, balling on Beal tonight. A first look at the Memphis basketball team. 6 o'clock in Handy Park. Admission is free, and you could park over at the Peabody Place parking lot.
Number 2.
Big game tonight on Amazon Prime. You ready? 2 40-year-old quarterbacks.
Okay, but here's the thing:
what's the thing?
Like we think about hang on, I'm pulling this up. The Bengals are what, 2-4? Okay, so they're still second place in that division. Like, I know that it has been absolutely terrible for them since Joe Burrow got hurt, but they're still 2-4 and in second place. And the Ravens will get back Lamar Jackson after the bye. The Browns are just going to be the Browns. They are every year.
I did see on ESPN this morning, they were talking about the game tonight, and they had on the bottom the chances of winning the division.
Yep.
And it was Steelers like 65%. Yep. Who's the other one? The
Ravens?
The Ravens were still
40 something.
Yeah, 20 or 30 or something. And then it was the Bengals 5%.
Yeah.
Browns under 1%.
That's crazy. No, so it is kind of wild that the Steelers got a real chance to run away with this division. I don't think anybody thought that.
Is this the Arthur Smith redemption season?
It looks like it, man.
Maybe he comes home.
Well, I'm seeing his odds. You talked about him when we were talking about the Titans coaching search, and his name has been mentioned quite a bit. Those odds are getting a little bit better for him.
That picture's hilarious. Just like that.
Yeah.
This is who we're watching tonight. This is what was the Sylvester Stallone movie with all the old actors in it? The Replacements or something like that, where it's like him.
The Expendables.
Yeah, that's what this looks like. It's like the Expendables. Look at these guys.
I mean, I'll watch.
Like putting you and me on this thing.
I'm excited to watch it. I'll watch. I've always said this. I'll watch any NFL game.
But I'll say this: it's not like Kirk Herbstreit's going to make it more exciting. Al Michaels, these guys don't really add a lot to it to me.
Oh, you don't like that crew? Al, it takes a lot to get him excited these days. It takes a lot to get him excited these days.
I'm not sure that's actually Al Michaels. Yes. That might just be the AI that they use in the Olympics.
Amazon's really good with technology.
Well, you remember they had an AI Al Michaels in the Olympics. NBC had an AI Al Michaels who did things. This might be AI. I've wondered if we couldn't do that for basketball. AI Marv Albert. Get the Marv Albert clips from the 70s, 80s when he was in his prime and just bring him back. Let's let him do a game. I don't think we're that far from that happening because you don't hear. And Kirk Herbstreit, man, these NFL games, he's fine, but he doesn't really seem fired up to be there.
He is a Bengals fan.
Is he?
Yeah,
because he's from Ohio.
Yeah.
Well, we should talk about while we're talking about this. Speaking of football announcers, Monday night I was watching the Falcons game. It was on ESPN. So you had Orlovsky, Lou Riddick, and Chris Fowler were doing that game.
Yeah, on Bills Falcons,
Yeah. On ABC, they had the Commanders and the Bears, and that was Joe Buck and Troy Aikman.
Yep.
Troy Aikman, for whatever reason, people started pointing this out during the game, didn't seem thrilled with Caleb Williams being part of that game. Did you see some of these clips?
Yeah, I've got one. There was a lot of them. I've got one. I think we have Kyra of Troy. This is just a play in that game from last Monday.
Hey, this is. Everything's perfect except the catch. It just gets on him. It hits up on his high shoulder pad, the breastplate. But here he comes across the field, and you can see it's going to be a foot race. There's nobody there on that side of the field. That's the first drop of the season for Zacchaeus.
Well, Buck called it a drop. And Aikman said everything's perfect but the catch.
But he said it hits him high on the shoulder pads. No, but he was killing Caleb Williams throughout that game. And come to find out, I don't know if this had anything to do with it, but there was a report yesterday.
Well, it definitely had something to do with it.
That they meet with these guys, right? When it's a primetime game, they'll meet with they
meet with the announcing crew
and the star player or the quarterback. Yeah, they'll meet with them and talk with them. And so come to find out, Aikman and Caleb Williams were supposed to meet and talk about the game. Caleb Williams had something that he was doing.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was team related or something like that, but he missed the call. And I guess when he called Aikman back,
well, yeah, Caleb Williams talked about it in the press conference yesterday.
Yeah.
He said he was in the facility. He was there late. He said lifting or something. So like, who knows? But he said he called him back and they never connected. So I don't know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Orlovsky talked about it a lot though, because he was like, we go through this, when I announce games, and he's like, look, the Bears were coming off a bye week. Like they had plenty of time to schedule this at a time that would work for Caleb Williams. And he was like, if one of the announcers can't make it at a certain time, because Orlovsky said, like, when he does a game, Louis Riddick and Chris Fowler are doing college games over the weekend. So he'll do the meetings by himself, record them, and they send them to Fowler and Riddick to watch so they can hear what the guys say about it. He was like, 99% of the time, like, there's no problem. We meet. It's great. The guys are there. It's on time. Everything works out. For whatever reason, didn't work out. So The bigger thing is, like, you could tell watching the game there was some sort of something there.
Yes,
like, Aikman was not thrilled.
He was
like low key, like
trashing Caleb Williams.
Anytime he got the chance, there was a little bit of shade in there,
and they end up winning the game. And Caleb Williams has had a good year.
He looks good.
Yeah, he does look good. I think Ben Johnson getting in there has helped him quite a bit.
But I think Bears fans in general are a little nervous about Caleb Williams after last season. Right, because last season wasn't great for the Bears, and he had moments where I think he had the most sacks in the NFL.
Yep.
Like he didn't look great at times, and it's a guy who's like a generational QB. Anyway, I thought it was
is wild.
Like
they win that game, they're 3-2, and they still might finish last place in their division. Like that NFC North is a gauntlet, man. Like they could get 3 teams in the playoffs.
That would be crazy.
I mean, they really could. Like Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, you would assume,
Green Bay and Detroit are getting in.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be there at the end.
Minnesota's 3-2.
Yeah.
The Bears are 3-2.
Yeah, NFC North is crazy. It's a kind of a low-key good weekend in the NFL. There's some pretty good matchups this weekend. But the one that I'm looking forward to is the one we're going to talk about right here.
Number 3.
It is the return of Mike Vrabel to Nashville, the Titans.
Triumphant return.
Yeah, and it lost a little bit of the luster because Brian Callahan got fired this week by the Titans. That's the guy that replaced Mike Vrabel. But they asked him about it. They asked, I guess he did like a pregame or a meeting with the Nashville media, or maybe it was someone asking him a question that was part of the Patriots media. I don't know. But they asked him if he, like, what are his memories? I don't know. Throw the if you got the graphic, it was if he has any mementos from his time with the Titans. He said Goodwill's probably got a good haul down on 8th Avenue. So he probably hates the Titans organization.
I'm sure
he wants to absolutely embarrass them this weekend, because I heard Teresa Walker was on with JB today, and she does a great job covering the Titans. Yeah. And, she was just talking about, what's gone wrong for this team and why it's so bad. Yeah, obviously everything. They're the worst team in the NFL. But she talked about how big of a loss that was for the Titans, firing Mike Vrabel, and how it just doesn't get, because, he was bad. They were bad the year that he got fired. I guess he got fired in January of that season. And they were bad, and so it's like, okay, well, they're bad. You fire the coach, whatever. Dude, Mike Vrabel's one of the best coaches in the NFL. Like, I stand on that. And I said when he got fired, that firing is just as bad for them as the trade of A.J. Brown. Because besides, like, Jeff Fisher, they never have had stability at head coach. Yeah. And he actually brought that to that team. I mean, dude, he's winning a ton of games with Ryan Tannehill as his quarterback, and the guy's not even in the league anymore post-Titans. Like, he was just done after the Titans, right? He didn't even latch on with another team. And so he wins a lot with a little, and he has one bad year, and they fire him, and it's just like, man, I I would not have done that because I think the stability matters for an organization like the Titans, man. It just does.
It's not just the Titans. I think that gets undersold in the NFL. Like the importance of having stability as that head coach and like a guy who can like. It's top down, man. This is your guy, and he builds the system, and he sets the culture for the whole organization. And you look at like a Detroit who lost both coordinators, their offensive and defensive coordinator, and they're still just plugging along. They're not as good as they were last year, but
because of Dan
still
Campbell.
Look good.
Yeah, that's right.
Because they got Dan Campbell there, and they have a guy who like this is what we do. I mean, hate him or not, Bill Belichick in New England.
Yeah,
like the best head coaches. Nick Saban, like these guys,
dude. Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco, like they lose their whole team every year to injury, and he's still like is all. Yeah, they always are in the mix.
Popovich in San Antonio, like those guys, like you never have a good draft pick. You got to figure out ways to fill roles. You have to develop the whole thing from inside out, and the best guys manage to kind of always just be steady and set that tone for it. And with this Titans franchise, like you said, like it every year something's different. The president, the GM, coach.
They've had the most turnover since I believe 2022 in the entire league as far as like GMs and coaches go. So yeah, man, it's been brutal.
I saw Belichick. I saw Vrabel did the Titans reporters asked if they could do a call with him during the week, which normally doesn't happen. Like the opposing coach do a call with your team's reporters, and he agreed to do it. And he spoke to them. Vrabel did.
They like him.
Yeah.
The media liked him a lot.
He was a good dude to them, I'm sure.
Yeah. The national media liked him. He did talk. He reached out to Brian Callahan. He said, and he said that, he called him when he got the job when Vrabel got fired, and then Callahan later got the job. He called him and congratulated him. But said he reached out and just sent his condolences about him getting let go. That probably doesn't feel good. Like, I guess in your head, if you're Vrabel, like maybe that a little validity there that like the guy that replaces you gets fired, but it sounds like he knows what a disaster it is, right?
Oh, for sure.
He knows what a disaster it is. And like Brian Callahan, not a good head coach, like he deserved to get fired, but it's so much bigger than just that guy.
Yeah.
So
no, speaking of coaches like that, I was thinking, did you see the clip of we're not even going to talk about baseball. Milwaukee Brewers manager Pat Murphy. You know him? He has a thing in the press conferences where if he's in the press conference and he sees a face or somebody he doesn't know, he makes him introduce himself. And he asks questions, hey, where are you from? Have you been? Whatever. And it's a little bit weird and awkward, but it's also like comes from a good place. You can tell like he wants to get to know these people. So I saw the clip of Pat Murphy in one of the playoff press conferences. And he's introducing himself to these reporters from Japan who are there covering the Dodgers in the NLCS. There's like a 5-minute clip on Twitter of Pat Murphy going around and like saying, hey, okay, tell me about yourself. Where are you from? How did you get here? Like, what was your job getting there? It just made me think about Vrabel being liked by the reporters. Like, it wouldn't be that hard if you're a coach of a team to get the reporters to like you. Just be nice to them. Yeah. Just be a human. Don't make them wait outside an hour at practice and all that stuff. Like, that part would be the part that's easy. I saw some James Franklin stuff too. I saw a few people post stuff about when he got let go, about how they had family issues and he called to check on them and different things like that. Like it's easy to forget like these guys are just are humans.
Right. Right. So NFL weekend coming up. We'll start tonight.
My team plays Roser's team this weekend.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we got
Sunday night football.
Yeah. I said that it's a great slate this week. It's actually not. It's not a great. Yeah. I mean, you get Cowboys Commanders, which is always interesting. Like you said, y'all are prime time on Sunday.
You know what? The
Buccaneers Lions Monday Night Football is fun.
With your team, I would bet. We're going to talk about betting. I would take the Patriots to cover because I think the Patriots, if they get a chance, they're going to blow them out because Vrabel doesn't like the Titans. And Vrabel wants to be like, you know what? Like, I'm going to not only win, I'm going to like step on the neck a little bit here.
Yeah.
The line's 6.5.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Wouldn't you take the
Patriots? Are you kidding me? Yes. I would absolutely take that.
There's a grudge here.
Yeah, I would absolutely take that. All right.
Number 4.
I meant to ask Mike about this. So we had kind of mentioned it last week when you were hosting.
It was rumored last week.
Yeah, it was rumored last week. But Eric Spoelstra was named head coach of Team USA men's basketball team. And the reason I wanted to bring this up, like, I don't think it's any surprise. He was kind of next up because he was part of that whole group. But Mike was on Grizz Beat yesterday when they brought this up because it had been, it broke a couple hours earlier. And he got asked about Ja and Ja's potential to be on that Team USA roster. And Mike said, if Ja wants it, he can get it. He's just got to, it's on him to want to be in that and reach out to those guys. I'm sure they're going to reach out to him, but like, you got to kind of play the game a little bit with Team USA.
Yeah.
You got to
play in one of those other tournaments first, usually, like one of the or go to the training camps or that stuff. Like Ja's never really been part of that group.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
And so Jaron has. I mean, he played FIBA, right?
Yep.
He didn't make the Team USA or the Olympic roster, but he did play in FIBA. And so the Grizzlies, the reason I bring it up is we're in Miami, play the Heat tomorrow night. And so if you want to start that conversation, the guy's literally going to be right next to you. Just go tell him, hey, let's
give me a chance.
Give me a chance. I want to be a part of it.
So who are the best American point guards right now? Like, who would be the
point guard? Just off the top of my head, Brunson.
Yeah, but he's not. So it's also international basketball. It's different than the NBA. So like, you need a little defense. You need like somebody who's a little more up and down. Like, I don't know. Brunson might be too small in the international game. Maybe he's fine. He played for the Team USA in the last tournament they were in. I forgot which one. Tournament of the Americas or one of those. Brunson played.
Yeah, Brunson,
Steph Curry's done,
Trae
right?
Young. Yeah, Steph's not doing it anymore. We know LeBron's not going to do it anymore.
Kyrie's hurt.
Yeah. Who am I missing? Brunson, Trae Young.
Halliburton's hurt.
Tyrese Maxey.
I mean, De'Aaron Fox is hurt. I don't know if he'll be back by then. But Ja seems like he would have a pretty good chance of making this thing if this is what he wants to do.
I think if he wants to be a part of it, he would be a part of it.
And
yes.
you know what? Like, so the Olympics is like an internet. It's in LA, the next one, but it's like the big international thing. Ja went to Asia this summer and had an amazing trip. Like, if you've talked to him about it, you've heard him talk about it. Like, he had a great time in Asia and like seeing the world and seeing the fans and seeing the cultures from everywhere and all that. Like, maybe this is something Ja wants to do. And like, who doesn't want to win a gold medal, right? Like, that's like a thing.
Yeah, Alan said Cade Cunningham. He's another one.
Yeah, I thought about him. I mean, I think he'd put him more like the tweener thing.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You got the size advantage over everybody with him at point. So, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. Like, I hope he wants to be a part of it. That would be really cool.
I know.
But again, it's like Mike said yesterday. Like, it's just going to be up to him if
he's
he
healthy.
wants to.
Like,
yeah,
if,
and he's healthy. Yeah,
if he can stay healthy and be out there, that'd be really cool to see. It'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, but that's obviously that's a great choice to be the coach of Team USA. I mean, he's still one of the best coaches in the NBA.
Talking about guys who like set the culture, and
right?
Then, like, there's people who come and go, but the thing kind of stays the same. They literally call it Heat culture.
Right. Right.
Number 5.
Speaking of Team USA basketball, guys, one of them that we know will be one of the stars of Team USA is Anthony Edwards, and he had his annual awards show last night. I don't know if it's annual. It might be his first ever. I just saw this.
I believe it was first ever because there were plenty of awards given out. There were categories. There was a Hidden Gem of the Year award. And it's sort of like a whole bunch of different people who are not. There's the Woman of the Year award. I don't know who won.
Well, my favorite award of the night, he gave White Boy of the Year award to one of my favorite actors going right now, who we talked about a lot about this show, Timothy Chalamet. And here was their interaction when Timothy found out about winning the award.
The White Boy of the Year goes to. Hey, how y'all doing this thing? Timothy Chalamet. Where you at right now, bro?
Budapest, Hungary. How you doing, baby?
Ooh, okay. Budapest. Boy, out there locked in.
Yes, sir. Doom Part 3, baby.
I'm saying, though, how many hours a day? Because when I was in my movie with Hustle, they had me out there for like 9 hours every day. I know you one of the main characters, so you in that motherfucker all day, all night.
12 hours, 14 hours a day. And usually I'm off my phone, but then they say, hey, man, Ant-Man wants to give you White Boy of the Year.
Oh, man. Hey.
Look at it, man. You White Boy of the Year. You got
Fly.
Look, Fly. Listen,
Already fly.
listen, look, all white background, black hoodie, black hat. I mean, you got all the swag. Is it true that you got into acting because you wanted to be an extra on Training Day with Denzel and Ethan Hawke? Was that true?
That's a great case of a white boy finding a little bit of swag in the cracks of being opposite Denzel. Absolute legend, you know what I'm saying?
Man, you got to come to a Minnesota game. I be seeing you at the New York game with them fly outfits on. You got to bring your fly to Minnesota, man.
Please, man. And you got a lot of New York and Minnesota now. You know, I always consider Julius and Dante to
Yeah, man. You got to come forward us, man. Put that fly outfit on and come sit courtside.
Man, absolutely. I feel like Dante, like, he gets the special shout-out White Boy of the Year, too, right?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Honorable mention.
When you directing a movie, whenever you start directing a movie, you know what I'm saying, you need somebody to be your main character. Call your boy.
Nah, I need to get my street cred up, man. Seriously.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta come for me. I can't die in the movie. That's the only thing. I can't die in the movie.
Nah, that'd be too cliche. It could be a Training Day reboot, man. It could be
Yeah.
Come on,
like, for real.
No,
it could be.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you, look, I got you. Let me be Denzel and you be Officer. I got you, man. We're gonna turn that motherfucker up. I'm telling you.
Amazing.
Congratulations to Timothy Chalamet.
That is,
do you know
very
who he beat out
prestigious
for the
award.
White Boy of the Year?
No, give me the
other
list. I was going
nominees?
to try to guess. Yeah.
Adam Sandler.
Okay. I mean, he was obviously going to be nominated. He put
was in
Ant in
the
his
movie,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's Mr. Movie.
Yeah.
I
Mission
mean, he
Impossible.
brought back cinema.
But it's not
yeah.
necessarily movie people because it's just the only qualification is you have to be white.
I know. So far, we're just movie guys.
Pat McAfee.
Sure. I mean, he's got one of the biggest sports shows in the world. He's on everything.
He's from the Midwest.
Makes sense. Yeah. Yep.
And finally, Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Big time streamer. Your son's probably not old enough to be into Mr. My kid's really into Mr. Beast.
I'm gonna pass. I don't think he's deserving.
I don't think so. Well, they didn't win.
I think they awarded the right guy. That was
Chalamet. What? So this year he had the Dylan movie. Was Dune 2 this year?
The new one comes out. Actually, I want to say it comes out next year now. I think they might have pushed it back.
Dune 3? Well, he's filming it now.
Yeah. So it comes out next year.
But Dune 2 came. What happened in this past year that qualifies Timothy Chalamet as the White Boy of the Year?
Well, the Bob Dylan movie, but also he's got this Marty Supreme movie that's about to come out, and everybody thinks he's got a really good chance to
seen it yet. We don't
win
know.
Best
Anthony
Actor.
Edwards has not seen Marty Supreme. I'm guessing.
He probably hasn't.
Unless he gets screeners in the mail or something.
I mean, it's about to come out, so he might. I bet Anthony Edwards can get screeners. He's been in cinema. Like
Chalamet was a big part of the Knicks run this year. To be honest, like
that's the thing.
He was at all the games.
And he was at the Yankees playoff game a couple weeks ago. Like they had him on
those teams
on the jumbotron. Yeah, I mean he is. He's a huge sports fan. Like remember he did College Game Day, and now that was scripted. There's just no doubt in my mind. He was like
he nailed all those picks though, didn't he?
Dude, he nailed all the picks, but he was like, I don't remember what game it was, but one of them was like 2 non-Power 5 teams, and I was like, okay.
He like knew immediately.
He knew what he was. Yeah,
secondary for this team.
I was like, yeah, you've been fed notes on that. But I do. Listen, they talked about at the end a potential Training Day reboot with Timothy Chalamet in the Ethan Hawke role and Anthony Edwards as Denzel. I don't hate it.
So have you ever seen the clip of Chalamet when he's a little kid? And I think it was Landry Fields. Some Knicks player was like, I'll give you my tickets.
Fields. Yes.
Yeah. And like a 10-year-old Tim Chalamet picks it up. Huge sports fan. Like I wonder, I bet Timothy Chalamet read Slam magazine growing up. Don't you think so?
Yes.
Like a New York kid into sports, into basketball. Like I bet he's read things I've written. It's kind of cool.
I mean,
don't you think? Like he must have.
Maybe.
I mean, half the NBA players have. When I meet them, they're like, "Oh, I grew up reading it." Thomas Isolo did. Like, you know, like I bet Chalamet has read stuff I've done, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
Hey, there was also a Reporter of the Year award last night.
Okay, I'm gonna say that went to. Is this just across sports or
Looks like it's mostly basketball, but
mostly basketball.
There's one who's like kind of a cross sports nominee. The winner was a basketball person. I'll say Taylor Rooks. She was nominated. She did not win.
Okay.
Malika Andrews nominated, did not win.
Okay.
John Krasinski from The Athletic in Minnesota was
He
nominated.
won?
No.
Oh, he didn't win. Okay.
And he tweeted today that he was just nominated. Just being nominated was an honor, and he was hoping next year he could also make it into the White Boy of the Year category too. Bill Simmons also nominated, did win. The winner went to Shams Charania.
Oh yeah, I saw the clip of them together.
And told him if I'm getting traded, tell me first. Don't put it on social media. Like he told Shams, he's like, if you have news I'm getting traded, just tell me before you go out on social media with it.
I mean, dude,
Seems fair.
He's a funny dude. Like that's
a lot of personality.
I am a fan. He's
great Georgia Bulldog.
He's good on camera, man. He's good on camera. Oh yeah, that's why you're a fan. But that team sucked.
Georgia basketball legend.
Yeah, right. That team was so bad. People were like, "Should this dude really be taken in the lottery?" Like, no, he proved everybody wrong.
Well, that team was terrible.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully,
all right. Congrats to Timothy Chalamet on White Boy of the Year. I can't wait for Marty Supreme. I'm very excited.
When's
about
it come
that
out?
one. I think it's around Thanksgiving, maybe. It's either Thanksgiving or Christmas. It's one of the holidays.
I also
it's about a ping pong player.
I'm a Wes Anderson guy, and he's in all the Wes Anderson movies now. Like, he's become part of that.
Is he?
Group. Yeah. Yeah, he was in the French Dispatch. He's in the one that's like the alien one in Arizona, whatever. He's been in the last few. I don't know if he's in Phoenician Scheme. But he's been in the last like 3 or 4 Wes Anderson movies now.
Gotcha.
So he's part of that world too.
Right on.
All right, anyway, let's take a break. We'll get back here. We'll have GP's carry out. You're watching the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
The Grizzlies tip off their 25th season in Memphis Wednesday, October 22nd at 7 o'clock against the New Orleans Pelicans. Presented by Pinnacle Financial Partners. Arrive early as the first 5,000 fans in attendance will receive a Grizzlies 25th anniversary t-shirt designed by Good Hippie. Get your tickets at grizzlies.com/tickets today. Grizz Nation, turn up at FedEx Forum as the Grizzlies tip off their 25th season in Memphis with a 3-game homestand. To celebrate, fans can take advantage of tickets for as low as $25 for the first 3 games of the season against the Pelicans, Heat, and Pacers. But you'll want to hustle as inventory is limited. Visit grizzlies.com/tickets today.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat. How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Grizz Nation, it's almost go time for the 2025-2026 Grizzly season. There's no better way to tip off the season than the 3-game mini pack with 3 of the biggest matchups of the first 3 weeks of the season. Lock in your seats for opening night against the Pelicans, Halloween versus Luka, LeBron, and the Lakers, and Cooper Flagg's first trip to Memphis with the Mavericks. Visit grizzlies.com/packs to secure your pack today.
Welcome back to the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media. I'm Lane Whitaker, sitting in all week for GP. Bennett's here, Kyra's here. And it's time to get you to GP's Carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
I know one thing we missed, Bennett.
What's up?
Malcolm Brogdon retired.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
We didn't get to that.
Because he was with the Knicks, right?
He, in training camp, yeah, he was. He was former Rookie of the Year.
He is one of those guys that I feel like a million times over his career it's always been like, the Grizzlies should go get Malcolm Brogdon. Like, I feel like he's been mentioned so many times as a potential free agent target.
Looked like Oscar from The Office. Played a very unathletic game, but was really effective and a great player. How about this? Brogdon retires in over 13,000 minutes of play, never got a technical foul.
Oh, how about that?
Truly a class act. The only other player who's played as many games and not got a technical foul?
Mike Conley.
Yeah. Who had one and got it taken away. Remember?
That's right. Yeah, they rescinded it.
The other person I think who played that many minutes and never got a technical foul, 30,000 minutes, Clyde Frazier.
How about that?
Everyone says this makes Malcolm Brogdon a class act. Do you think that not getting a technical foul makes you a class act?
No.
I don't either. Like, there's times you deserve, like, you need to get a technical foul.
In every time this happens, the LeBron stat gets brought up. Malcolm Brogdon was the 2017 Rookie of the Year, and he, of course, retired before the 2004 Rookie of the Year, LeBron James. So, yeah, LeBron wins again. We didn't even mention the LeBron stuff either. You know, it sounds like there's a chance he might not come back till December now for the Lakers. That sciatica is no joke, dude.
No, man. Lay on the floor, elevate your feet, just get some rest.
That's going to be a real interesting situation to monitor. Just the Lakers this season, and
well, I was thinking about
where his head's
in
at
the context of the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
And the game we had last night, the Lakers last night. I was thinking, I almost was going to frame the Grizzlies game by saying, hey, team that should be a playoff contender, missing their best player last night, lost by 30-something. The Lakers. Because Luka didn't play. They were playing Dallas. And Dallas blew them out last night.
That is...
Cooper Flagg was awesome.
That is no surprise that Luka did not play in that game. No. You knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But, the Lakers are going to be interesting to watch. But Malcolm Brogdon had a great career. Farewell.
Yeah, shout out.
What's today's biggest game?
All right, where do we want to go here? I think we've got to go baseball here because it's the playoffs, right?
We haven't even mentioned it. Yeah,
we haven't mentioned it.
For Milwaukee, like, this is kind of a must-win.
Yeah, we already talked about the Thursday night football game, which is going to be on Prime, which is Steelers at Bengals. So let's go with the first game. Man, the second game's good too, though.
The problem with the Brewers, like, we don't know their starter. Like they haven't named a starter for tonight's game yet.
Yeah, I mean they're cooked if they lose tonight in LA. I'm gonna go with the second game, dude.
The Dodgers got Tyler Glasnow pitching, who's great.
I'm gonna go with the second game. ALCS Blue Jays at Mariners. That's 7:30 on FS1.
Toronto blew them out last night. In Seattle.
Got a chance to tie it. Got a chance to tie it tonight.
Vladdy Guerrero hit one. Like they looked really good, and they get Scherzer.
Yeah, Scherzer's pitching for Toronto tonight. Luis Castillo is pitching for the Mariners, or rooting for the Mariners. So, yeah, this is a big one in Seattle. That crowd's going to be rocking.
I told you yesterday, one of the powers that be here told me that the Blue Jays were going to win the series. They're going to come back and win the series, and now they got the win in the first one. So they got to get a win tonight and then get back to Toronto and have a shot to finish it off when they get back there. But
what are we watching on TV?
A lot of stuff on TV tonight, especially in sports. There is an American matchup worth paying attention to. Tulsa at East Carolina. That's going to be at 6:30 on ESPN. The Tigers play East Carolina in a couple weeks.
Isn't Tulsa favored by like 20?
No,
East Carolina's
got to be, right? Yeah, Tulsa
One of them's
sucks.
favored by 18.
Although Tulsa did get Gundy fired in Oklahoma State. What's the line? You got it?
Yeah, it's let's see, Thursday night, Tulsa at East Carolina. East Carolina minus 16.5.
And when do the Tigers play them? In 3 weeks? Can you click on them?
Yeah. East Carolina plays Memphis on
I want to say
November 15th.
Is it after the USF game or it's a couple?
Yeah. No, it's after USF. USF.
Right. Is it the game after?
For Memphis?
Yeah.
I think there might be one in between there, unless they have a bye week coming up.
Okay.
No, they played Tulane the week before that.
Man, they got a gauntlet. Tigers got a gauntlet coming up after this weekend, for real.
South Florida, Rice, Tulane, East Carolina, and Navy. If they win all those games, they deserve to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I think they are still in a position. We haven't talked about this a lot. I think the Tigers are still in a spot where they could lose a game and be okay still.
Yeah.
I think the winner of the American is getting in that college football playoff. I think we all agree on that. And I think they got a chance even with one loss. So we'll see. We'll see. They just got to get to the game. They just got to get to that championship game.
Yeah, but that's the hard
and
part.
win it. I mean, they've got to win it.
They got to win it.
They got to get there. I think they can take a loss along the way.
Like you said, it's a gauntlet, man. Like this is hard. You got to win all these games. You win all these games, like it's hard to make the case you don't deserve a playoff spot.
Oh, if they win out, they're in, dude.
Yeah.
There is no question in my mind. That would be a travesty if they didn't get in. If they won out, we would riot.
What if they went out and lose the championship game?
Then whoever wins is getting in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although, actually, that might not be true because it could be like North Texas, and I don't know if they would get in.
So you mentioned yesterday we talked about Halloween, the movie. I watched it. You brought it. You were going to bring me some DVDs to study up that you forgot to grab, which I get it.
I'll bring some tomorrow.
Well, but here's I could stream something tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a recommendation?
Well, I mean, we talked about going classics only because you kind of poo-pooed on Halloween yesterday, and so
it wasn't very good.
And so that's insane. You got to stop saying that. So I would venture towards a classic, another classic, to try to, right the course. What are your options? Do you have options?
I have.
You want me to tell you?
the internet available.
No, what I was gonna bring you. Well, the Omen's on AMC tonight, but I think it's the newer one, not the old one. That one's okay.
I watched Rosemary's Baby recently.
Oh, that's a good one. Scary. Polanski. Yeah.
I mean, again, it looks like one we filmed with our iPhone in an apartment in New
Dude,
York.
you can't. Come on, man.
Maybe I need to watch a current one.
Okay, you want something scary?
No. I'm just trying to keep up with the
what I was gonna bring you is something. I have this compilation set. It was one of them I was gonna bring in today.
Did you make it yourself?
It's like a lot of the recent A24 horror movies.
Like a mixtape.
Yeah, I want to say it's Hereditary, X, It Comes at Night, Green Room. I think that's it.
I've never heard of any of these movies.
Okay. Do you want to go? You said you don't really love supernatural. You don't want to do supernatural. You want to go more slasher?
I don't know.
I would say X would be a good one to check out.
It's just called X.
It's just called X, starring Mia Goth.
Different than the Malcolm X.
Correct. I would go. I have that on.
I just wrote down.
I have that on Blu-ray as well. If you want me to bring that in. I would go with
probably streaming somewhere.
I would go with that, Hereditary. Or if we're looking for recent, people that consider it like modern horror classics, I might go with that, or Hereditary, or Midsommar. I think you would like any of those.
Oh, Kid Cudi's in X.
Yeah, Kid Cudi's in X.
All right.
He's great.
Yeah.
I might go with that one. It's a trilogy. This is the first installment. People really like that movie. I would go with that. I like it. It's great.
The first line is, first line of the plot is, in 1979, police officers arrive on a lonely farm in rural Texas and find numerous dead bodies wrapped in bags. They then enter the farmhouse and find something shocking in the basement. So, the people in the bags isn't the shocking part. There's something else.
Correct.
And then the next line involves shooting a pornographic film. I'm not sure if I should be watching this.
Okay. I mean, it's a great movie. Did you ever see Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one?
No.
I mean, you could watch that.
I'm assuming that's the same thing as Halloween, though. Basically, right?
Probably a little more disturbing.
This guy with the chainsaw sawing people up.
Yeah, well, it's loosely based on Ed Gein. There's a Netflix series about Ed Gein right now. This is what Texas Chainsaw Massacre is loosely based on.
Does it make it more scary that it's loosely based on a true, real thing?
I think so.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
I think so. I think I just gave you a great list of recommendations. I think you should just pick one and roll with it.
All right. Or I'm just going to watch episode 2 of Slow Horses.
Great.
What's the best thing we've read?
You should watch Slow Horses. That's a great. What's the best thing we read? Today is also the birthday of Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist Flea.
Oh, shout out.
63
underrated
years old today.
actor as well.
Great actor. Great basketball fan, too. It's kind of
he's a huge
set
Lakers
the tone
fan.
for Chalamet. And Flea used to be a columnist for NBA.com.
Did he really?
Flea wrote a blog back in the day. Dave McMenamin used to help him write it from ESPN. But Flea did a blog about being a Lakers fan And the whole thing was like written like a poem, sort of, like a non-rhyming poem, but it was all like kind of spoken or like free thoughts.
How about that?
It was really good. But Flea wrote a book a couple years ago, Acid for the Children. It's a memoir about growing up, and he has a crazy backstory. He was born in Australia. His family moved to New York, and his parents got divorced. The dad went back to Australia. The mom married a jazz musician. And then they moved to California, and he and Anthony Kiedis became like best friends when they were 12 years old or something. But this is Flea's story about growing up all over the United States. And Flea's actually a really good writer. I met him at a party in New York one time, right after I took this job.
That doesn't surprise me.
And I went up to him, and he introduced, "Hi, I'm Flea," and I was like, "Hey, I'm Lang." And I was like, "Actually, I'm about to move to Memphis to work for the Grizzlies." And he was like, "Oh, you guys always give us such a hard time." Meaning the Lakers. And we talked basketball for a split second.
That's pretty cool.
It was cool, yeah. Cool.
Right
dude.
on. Shout out Flea.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
All right, what we got tomorrow? Jessica Benson will be here.
Yeah, we'll
I got a surprise guest coming in tomorrow, too.
Oh, yeah, cool. So we're going to look ahead to Grizzlies Heat. We'll look ahead to the college football NFL weekend. JB will be here in studio. It'll be a big day.
Ballin' on Beal.
Well, sure. Yeah, I'll find some news and notes from that as well. Yeah, Ballin' on Beal tonight, 6 o'clock. That's going to be in Handy Park.
I bet there'll be a lot of highlights from that on social media.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and Parth and Munz will be down there covering it too. So
I bet Devin Walker will be there too.
I bet he will.
All right. We'll catch up on all that stuff tomorrow. In the meantime, you got the Chris Vernon Show coming at you in 25 minutes. You can join Verno, Roser, and Devin there. And then 2 o'clock, the Odds Couple with me, Fish, and Roser. And then we'll all be back at it tomorrow again.
Yes, we will.
For Bennett, for Kyra, I'm Lang. We appreciate you joining us today on the Gary Parrish Show. We'll catch you next time here on Grind City Media.